Mayegun don come. So my people make you loud. Oh yo yo, Mayegun don come. Oh yo yo, my people make you shout. Oh yo yo, Mayegun don come. Oh yo yo, Mayegun don come, man of the masses. Oh yo yo, Mayegun don come. Oh yo yo.
Hello there.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Yeah.
Mayegun dayari, Mayegun number one.
Good evening to you.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari, Mayegun number one.
And good afternoon to you. Good morning to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun Live.
Mayegun dayari, Mayegun number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun dayari, Mayegun number one. Àṣírí ọ̀dẹ̀lú.
Thank you very much for joining me. Share this broadcast. Invite your friends. Invite your not so friendly friends, right? And most importantly, especially, please invite the Lagos Abobakus, Oshogbo Alimajiris, the humbled slaves, obedient fools, sophisticated morons, especially as well, the crumb eaters, the crumb chasers, the ass lickers, the all-risers. This is an important broadcast. Do not share without tagging them. Tell them. That's the new one, you know. Ashiwaju Bulaba, you dey speak in tongue. Go, Ashiwaju Bulaba, you dey speak in tongue. Cassava gari ewa, agbado ewa, cassava gari ewa, you dey speak in tongue. Ashiwaju Bulaba, you dey speak in tongue. Go, Ashiwaju Bulaba, you dey speak in tongue. Cassava gari ewa, agbado ewa. Labalaba bulaba, you this. I actually thought they said Ashiwaju. Anyway, we'll get to that part later. Help, help, help. That's exactly what Kolu was sounding like in Abeokuta yesterday. And from all he said, it also showed to me, I don't know about you, after watching and listening to the clown show in Abeokuta yesterday, I actually somehow feel sorry for Kolu Tinubu. Now, here is why. Remember that last year, when he said he was going to be, he was running to be president, right? So he went to see Buhari, right? Buhari gave him a cold shoulder. Then they started the plot to stop him. Then Buhari came out and he called the governors, APC governors, and said, many of you are already about to complete your second term. You are choosing your own successor. Let me choose my own successor. Somehow, Kolu decided to play the smart one. And they caught Buhari in the game, including his Kaba, and he became the candidate. Now, dear Wala started, right? Now, if some of you, especially the obedient, right, that said they want to, this is the fight of your life. You are fighting, we are fighting for our life. Let me tell you something. If this is our last fight, we are, you know what I mean? This is Kolu's last fight. This is why. For the past 7 years, that Buhari has been a non-charlatan, a non-committed, and the worst of the government ever in Nigeria history, right? You see those Lagos-Ibadan Expressway media, as well as the Lagos Abobakus, the Oshogbo Alimajiris. They were just telling Buhari, well done, you are doing so well. Enemy of, as they are suffering, falling into poverty, falling into serious desperation. Baba, as they are being murdered, kidnapped, they continue to come out to say, shut up your mouth. Is it the only place? Are you the first person to be kidnapped? Is that the only first place that it is happening? How are you sure that they are Fulani terrorists? How are you not sure this or that? So all of this, they were defending Buhari and APC, Egbekegbe, living in denial of how much they have destroyed Nigeria. They're watching the old drama. Then in Abeokuta yesterday, just before Abeokuta yesterday, I don't know if you have noticed, Tinubu came out without the usual, what do you call it, their usual party leadership input. Tinubu came out with his own presidential campaign list. And he made Buhari the chairman of the campaign. Buhari, because according to them, Buhari was going to lead the campaign. But how many times have you seen him with them? I mean, with him? That's a big thing internally, yeah? For the past 1 year, the people in Nigeria, they have been suffering with its fuel scarcity or expensive pump price of a fuel in Nigeria. Tinubu didn't say anything. Nobody, Buhari has done so well because all they are waiting for is Buhari to, at least after all of these abuses, all of these, things that, the people have sort of hated them. At the end of the day, you get, may just compensate them and give Kolu the presidency. That is what they want. And the clock is ticking. And from Buhari's side, number one, the usual way, if you want to do election, as Buhari did in 2019. In 2019, you know what Buhari did? Before then, they have sent Kolu away. He was living in exile. So they brought him back. When they brought him back, they call him their reconciliator. Let me leave that story. Last, they told him to bring Oshiomole. when they gave him the chairmanship of APC, it was like in preparation for a time like this, so that the ground could be soft. All of this whole thing, Tinubu would have been in control by now, but they deceived him. So he came back because they needed him. So what did they do? They knew then that it's all about money. Oya, Emefiole, Oya, gave him 2 bullion vans loaded with cash, and just make sure that they missed their way to Bodilon House of Ekolu. So, Buhari, being the person running for second term in 2019, was able to give billions. I'm talking about tens of billions of your money, Naira, in bullion van on the eve of the election, the night before the election. Now, it is now the turn of Kolu to be president. No single kobo is coming from the government, their own government, the usual way. Central bank, instead of money to come from the central bank is changing money. Why? Why is it that it is my own time that you have to change the color of money? Now you have to also, that he believed that it was targeted at him to weaken him after Buhari have stayed away. Pastor Ruga have stayed away. Some of those people that you usually see with Buhari, especially from Yoruba land, Amoso and Co., majority of them have kind of stayed away. All of this because Kolu told them, I don't really need anything from you. I have everything I need. I am just waiting for the election day. So somehow, it has become a lone journey. I'll tell you more about that too. So Kolu feels like telling them to go and change the money they stockpiled is targeted at him. Then suddenly as well, which is true, for the past 6 years, except for that last year, for the past 6 years, or say 5 or 6 years, since APC came in, there hasn't been any major fuel scarcity during the festive period in December in Nigeria. Let's give that to them. Sure, you get. You may buy at very, very high price, but it's always been available. But guess what? In the last 1 year, no one was sure what was going on. Sure, you get. And today, Kolu is now using that to say they are targeting him. But here is how these criminals, how coward they are. You know, the person that is the Minister of Petroleum in Nigeria is Buhari, the president, is the Minister of Petroleum. If there is a fuel scarcity, who do you call? Minister of Petroleum or PDP or Labour Party? Now, Tifku you go call or Obi? That's how cowardish they are. They are so, as in, bunch of lily liver cowards. Kingmaker, we no get liver. So he came public and he said, they decided to keep the fuel. Just to make sure that people will hate me and they won't vote for me. Don't worry, we will do the election, we will win. You are changing money. I beg, who changed Nigeria money? Is it Peter Obi or Atiku? Who changed Nigeria money? Is it not APC government? You changed the money and you are all of that to stop us. And he didn't even have a lever to mention Buhari, to mention Emefiole. But you know what they have done? Immediately, Tinubu blew that dog whistle. You know the first dog that reacted was Femi Foni Kayode. But you know something? Let's go to Abeokuta. That's why I said, if you look at Tinubu, he is fighting the last fight of his political life. It is a win or lose. You know, when you go to casino and you are staking your money, then at some point you just say, whole house. That's exactly what this charade election is. For 7 years, Tinubu, that you all know very much, to have become so popular because of his vocalness, the way he's vocal about the misruling, misleading, blah, blah, blah of Nigeria by this central government or federal government of Nigeria. Suddenly, because of what they were waiting for, Emilio Khan, it is my turn. He decided to say that to blackmail Buhari in 2022. He actually surprised them, I have to say, because, you know, the party said their nomination form is 100 million naira. Tinubu he gave 100 million naira each to 17 people. 17 people to go and buy the forms. Then plus himself, making it 18 out of 24 people that contested. Do you understand that? So it was already more or less like overcrowded the space, enough to cause much confusion, and then narrow down the advantage of his contestant, even if the presidency is backing them. And that was when Pastor Ruga told you, remember, that it doesn't make any sense for you to go and vote for somebody you don't believe in or that doesn't even believe in Nigeria. You remember that? Now, here is where the cry started in Abuta, where you actually have to start feeling sorry for Kolu if Kolu loses this election. If Kolu failed to be president, Lagos State is no longer safe. In fact, a week after, you know something? If Kolu loses this election, right, and Buhari continue to stifle him of free cash, because Kolu believed that whatever money cannot buy, more money will do it. Atiku believed that whatever money cannot buy, more money will do it. From their records, though, I'm not making this up. From their records, that is their political belief in Nigeria. Money will do anything politically. Now, Buhari, after they have shanked him in choosing his own successor, muzzled him, right? Now declared in London that, well, people should go and elect their leaders. If anybody try anything, any violence anywhere, they go pick them up. All of these are not good signs among the Kolu camp. They believe, but they are too scared to say it publicly. Can you believe that? Instead of them facing their own real wahala, Buhari, they are looking for somebody else to blame, somebody else to point fingers to, and all of that. I'll show you that part. But this was the genesis of what is about to happen. If the body language, the body odor of Buhari that is giving Kolu problem behind the scene, and they are no longer keeping it behind the scene, they actually have to speak out right now. But they are so scared to mention Buhari and his people. They are so scared to the point that they are now championing their usual propaganda against Emefiole. Everything you knew about Emefiole, that all this Olori Bruku, Onijeku this Omoerus, decided to defend for the sake of APC, for the sake of Buhari. They are about to use them as propaganda against Emefiole now. But guess what? We will not allow any kind of Buhari slander or Emefiole slander on these streets. Please remember that. If you see any kind of Lagos Abobaku trying to slander Buhari or slander Emefiole, don't agree. Go there and fire them. Shut up your mouth. Emefiole is doing well. Please remember that. This was the genesis. He told them, let me choose my own successor. Leave money out of this. But with the Lagos money, Abba, shut up. You don't know what they talk. Now, the challenge is bigger.
Plan. In paragraph 7, in pursuit of the foregoing objectives, the party has successfully established internal policies that promote continuity and smooth succession plans even at the state and local government levels. It goes on to say, for example, first-term governors who have served credibly well have been encouraged to stand for re-election. Similarly, second-term governors have been accorded the privilege of promoting successors that are capable of driving their visions as well as the ideals of the party. And in paragraph 10, in keeping with the established internal policies of the party, and as we approach the convention in a few days, therefore, I wish to solicit the reciprocity and support of the governors and other stakeholders in picking my successor, who would fly the flag of our party for election into the office of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria in 2023. End quote. Meanwhile, President Muhammadu Buhari has left the country to Spain at the invitation of President Pedro Sanchez and is expected back on June 3rd, just before the presidential primary of his party. Adesua.
That was Buhari's appeal to the state governors of APC. But that didn't play out. You saw what happened. Kalu was able to outspend everyone else, whoever was sponsoring them. He bought everyone that he could buy. And it worked because it's within APC. Sure you get. Now, Nigeria, which is bigger, they will need more money than what they used to buy the APC ticket for him. They will need more money. But suddenly, surprisingly, Buhari is not turning up. And not that they actually want him to give, he doesn't really want Buhari to give him money. Lagos money. Lagos is already in the debt to the tune of 2 trillion naira. Sure you get. So Lagos will foot the bill. And there are other people that are also like chipping in, like Ogun State and the rest of them, who have to chip in money. It's just that most of this money have been ferried straight up to northern Nigeria to continue to fund what they want to use as the validation that things are still what they are. Nothing is changing. But Buhari is not turning up. Now, that issue of money is about to be a problem in another few days. After 31st of January, right, it will become difficult to actually have access to huge cash. And they are already seeing the signal. So if Kalu raised alarm that they are trying to keep the money, people are already saying that despite the fact that it is it's just about 5 days left, that the old currencies in Nigeria will phase out and will become illegal, right? They said the banks are failing to pay them with the new currencies. So something that is making a sort of justification for why the rush, why now, and something that people said is targeted at the people like Atiku, people like Tinubu. But you will think, well, they are the one in power now. All they have to do is to ask a central bank to load the money for them. So not like everybody else. But it seems that's not the case. Yeah, it seems that's not the case. Because in Abuta, Kalu accused PDP and Labour Party of changing Nigeria money to stop him, of ordering fuel to stop him. What does that tell you? Something says bullion van may be difficult to fill. Not that they don't have the money, but exchanging the one they stockpiled, within 5 days, it will be difficult to, and they need to speak out. This time, let's go to that Abuta. But before we go to Abuta, here is another thing that is giving them real headache. Why would Buhari say this when you have a candidate? Why would you tell Nigerians to choose somebody that will work for them? Is your party not working for them anymore? Does your party not have a candidate? All of these are some of the living in denial that those who are following Kalu are trying to ignore, because according to them, they don't want to be bothered that all this matter. Anyway, this was in London last year from Buhari.
So this change of currency, I think there will be people a lot of money. But time has been given from October to December, 3 months is enough, whatever money you have, to get it changed through a legal system. So I don't know why people are complaining about it.
So despite the complaint, there's no going back on the policy?
No, there's no going back. There's no going back. My aim is to make sure that Nigerians believe that we respect them as an administration. So Nigerians should vote for whoever they like from whichever party. Nobody will be allowed to mobilize resources and thugs to intimidate people in any constituency. That's what I want to go down into Nigerian history for. So this
Here you get. When Buhari said that a few months back, within their circle, they were wondering, why would he tell people to go and vote for whoever they like, whichever party they like? Like, are you for real? Is it making sense to you right now or not yet? Don't worry. Let me take you to Abuta, where the lamentation was recorded, where Tinubu raised alarm, and in what Yoruba would be like, "Gbami le yongba, aigbami shemero. Egbami o, egbami o, egbami o, help me, help me, help me, help me. Buhari is taking me to the place where I don't know." It happened in Abeokuta, and I'm going to take you there. Then we'll take it in peace for you to get it. Where is that again? One momento. Right. So to Abeokuta.
Ẹgbẹ́ epo pamọ́, ẹgbẹ́ náírà pamọ́, a máa dìbò, a máa wọlé, a. City. The confident Nigerian youth, the greatest of the greatest of the greatest, the greatest of the
Ah, man, it's going to be a long night. I hope you are ready for it because I still have so much to actually share with you. But did you listen to that part where Naira pamọ́, a máa dìbò, a máa wọlé, a máa gbàjọba yìí lọ́wọ́ wọn. Àwọn tó ń bá wa dù, abeg, who actually have the power right now? Let me tell you what that means, in case if you don't understand Yoruba. It was saying that if they like, they should continue to hide the fuel from Nigerians. If they like, they should change the color of the Naira and keep it and hide it from them. That they are going to do the election and he is going to win. That's what he said there. Then he said that we are going to take the power from them. The people that are fighting us for this power, we will take it from them. Baba, let's be honest. Me and you, even if you are for Tinubu right now, like one-on-one now, look at me. Look at me. Can you look at me here? One-on-one. Now who get the power to hoard fuel? Now who get the power to change Naira? And who are those who currently have the power? I'm talking about who is the person in charge of power in Nigeria? Which party, political party is in power right now? Which party does Tinubu belong to? How come some of you are so scared? Abi, you are just cowards or hypocrites or just Laurent, people that their bellies controls, or maybe you don't just get sense at all. Baba, in your own mind, with this little information I just gave to you now to convince you, not to confuse you with my this and that, would you not know that Kolu is talking about Bokwari? Or they don't do pashipara of your brain. And now they don't do pashipara of the brain. You have no idea. You don't know. You don't know. You don't get it. If you don't get it, forget about it. If you want to know the pashiparo, the changing of a brain, go and join APC. The moment you join like this, are you with me? You don't need your brain. There are people that will do the thinking for you, the writing for you. Sure, you get. You are just as useless as what do you call it? That's what APC makes you. You don't believe me. You think I'm just saying that because Abi? Okay. In February 2019, during the presidential election in Nigeria, okay, surprisingly or unsurprisingly, bullion van, 2 bullion vans appeared in the house of the man that is now the candidate of the ruling party. And the money was to buy voters, to ensure that the current president wins second term. Sure you get. And that person is this man again, is current presidential candidate of the ruling party. Sure you get. Now, if you don't know that joining APC, even Tinubu said, my followers no get sense. Sure you get. There was a time he said, people where they listen or follow me, they no get brain, they no get sense. And that is why, right, their destiny, their future is in what? Is in my hand as the creator. This is the man that created Lagos, by the way. Are you with me? Now, do you want to know how useless you can become when you join APC? Now, that money, that bullion van that appeared back then, this man said the bullion van belonged to him. The money in it belonged to him. Or are you looking for your money? Is Nigeria money missing? Is he a contractor to the government of Nigeria? Or did you miss your own money? But you see this grown-up man, when they asked him in 2023 about the bullion van, listen to his answer.
On the other question of the bullion van or no bullion van and all of that, I think that matter has been put to rest. There was no money in the bullion van. The bullion van that even came missed the address to have come there.
Okay.
It missed the address to have come there, and that was why the bullion van was...
But why was bullion van moving on election day? I thought there was supposed to be no movement.
No, it was not an election day. It was not. It was Rufai. It was. I was in the house on that very day. It was not an election.
So it was the day before election. But why was bullion van moving everywhere?
The bullion van missed the address to have come there.
I thought your presidential candidate had actually said that what's people's business with how he spends money.
I watched it. He said that jokingly. Okay. It was a joking statement.
So the bullion van missed
the same way Mr. Dangote said that when he wanted to authenticate and get his mindset that truly he has money, he went to cash 1 million naira, brought it to his house, sat and looked at his money and returned it to the bank.
No, but I just want to get this right. You said the bullion van missed its way to come into the place.
Yes.
But that place is not a known bank, or was it a bank? I just want to get to the root of it.
There are some companies that have high staff that pay their staff with cash. Okay. Right? That bullion van missed his way there. Okay. And it was not invited by Ashwaju or anybody.
Okay, comrade.
On the other question...
Sure, you get what I'm saying now. So if you think I am making things up, it's because you just don't like to listen to the truth, okay? That is the mindset of an average APC. So if you go on social media and you argue with APC tout or thug, it doesn't matter. If they look educated, it doesn't matter. If they live abroad, it doesn't matter. For you to be known as a bona fide APC, Egbekegbe member, you don't need your brain. That's a grown-up man. That's a grown man. That's somebody's husband, somebody's father, and they call him comrade, possibly some people's leader. You won't need your brain. Why would you need your brain? All you have to do is to be very bold enough to lie. And when you can repeat that lie, seriously? A lot of people will believe the lie. Even you will believe your lie. But they are a bunch of cowards. Here you get. Look at this. Immediately that Kalu blew that dog whistle about people hiding fuel, hiding money, hiding this and that, is Hallelujah Boys for Food Kayode or Femi Foni Kayode decided to go on Twitter. On a Twitter tirade. These are people inside APC, Egbekegbe government. Now them, they government. Read this, Whatever your plans are to score to this election, whether through new Naira note, fuel scarcity, or creating an atmosphere of fear and panic, you shall fail. The cat is out of the bag. We know the plan. We know we know who you are using. We know who is behind it. We know what to do. That is them trying to lie. Here you get. Festus Otoboke Yamo, which is currently in court, suing ICPC and EFCC that they must arrest Atiku for SPV corruption. Now, there is fuel scarcity in Nigeria. He doesn't know if he should just stick. He is also the junior minister of labor in Nigeria. Are you with me? At the same time, spokesperson for this man, Kalu. However, now that everywhere they go, they have to admit that Nigerians are suffering, that Nigeria is divided, that corruption is, that terrorism is here and there. Now, saying all of those things will mean condemning Boko Haram. So how could Boko Haram stand on a podium? Tinubu stand on a podium. And they are condemning Boko Haram. Have you not noticed that when you see APC, Egbekegbe talking about Tinubu and then presidential campaign, they always talk about Lagos. Have you not noticed? They are talking about things that they were done, not by Tinubu, but by his appointed lackeys. Out of the surplus, the little they were able to give, they are giving the credit to him. But they are not using Boko Haram's achievement and success. Because what are the achievements of Boko Haram? When they came in 2015, Nigeria debt was about $13 billion. Today, the Nigeria debt is now over $100 billion. Are you with me? Before they came in, the balance in Nigeria excess crude account was somewhere around $7.5 billion. Today, the balance in that account is less than $1 million. Now, when they came in, the unemployment in Nigeria was put at somewhere around 13 million people, official. Today, 60% of Nigerians are unemployed. Now, when they came in, they said that Nigerians they were poor, but they were not living in multi-dimensional poverty. Guess what? Within a space of 7 years, they took the poverty basket of Nigeria from 78 million to over 133 million. That's not all, right? They destroyed the economy to the point that Nigeria went into recession 3 times. They told you you are out of recession, but you are not. Yeah? A lot of people lost their jobs, lost their savings, lost everything. A lot of people have to leave. They called it Japa. So how do you use all of that as a campaign? For the first time, there is no single terrorist on trial, even though act of terrorism has increased so much. But you have repentant terrorists. Yet, terrorism never abate. 180,000 repentant terrorists from Borno, Niger, and then Katsina alone. 180,000. None of them gave the position of the terrorists that are still kidnapping you. Because it's now a multi-billion dollars industry in Nigeria. All under APC. The ones they defended for a time like this that they will be rewarded. Unfortunately, they are not trusted, or maybe they don't trust themselves. They are panicking, and it is not because of Obi or Atifku. Kolu is worried that the saboteurs are going to do it internally, and the signs are there, but they are not bold enough. They are not bold enough to mention Boko Haram. They are not bold enough to mention Boko Haram's government. They are now pointing fingers. Let's go back to that Abuta again, where Kolu was giving his usual comic relief. And I've got more, by the way, if you are just joining us, right? Initially, when this whole thing started, they said all the bats in Abeokuta, they were so happy to see Tinubu today. And one of them recorded the bats in Abeokuta welcoming Kolu. I don't mind sharing that with you. Let's start from there.
But we are coming back. Then they say he's done. But we are coming back. Come back. Victory, 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 victory.
Chenri, Chengboponu, Elebi. Victory, victory, victory. Let's go back to where he was doing his Bulu Bala. Then we're going to come back to the machinery again. There's a part I want to share with you on that. However, let's go back to Abeokuta. Where's that part again where I think I got it? Here. Meanwhile, pay attention to something as well. He's demented. He's got Parkinson. And he is Kolu. Sure you get. Everything is going to be saying. They are going to be incoherent. Are you with me? They are just to further show to you the calamity that awaits Nigeria. You think Boko Haram is bad? You're about to witness something worse. Continue.
Baba.
I don't know if you are laughing because it's a clown show, or maybe all those emojis I am seeing are actually people crying for him. That's Tinubu. He couldn't make any complete statement. He couldn't make any sensible thing at all. It's just I don't know how to describe that anyway. Because when I looked it up, somebody sent me this and said, what dementia mean? An umbrella term used to describe a set of symptoms that include changes in memory, thinking, perception, reasoning, attention and concentration, language, and must be severe enough to interfere with a person's ability to function. So I don't know if all those emojis are sort of crying emojis that is something really wrong, or we are just trying to make something up. Something is really wrong, even if Tinubu will tell you. However, you listen to all of that. Who are those trying to sabotage the election? We know you, we know them, but they can't name them. Because all they have to do is to just look for somebody is sending a subtle message to Buhari